Hello everyone! And well, you may be thinking, hey, didn't we play Godzilla Monster of Monsters already? Well yeah we did, but we did not play the Godzilla Creepypasta Godzilla Monster of Monsters. So what we're playing here is, let's say based on the video game Godzilla Monster of Monsters, but inspired by the scary story The Godzilla Creepypasta. Now, in the scary story, a person gets a hold of a haunted or possessed copy of the SNES video game and has to deal with the things that are happening. Well, this game that we're going to play is essentially as if, what if that cartridge from that story was real? Now, if you've watched my other videos, you already know that I am a big fan of Godzilla and this game. Let's start a new game. I'm not going to read the opening crawl here. I'm just going to keep talking about the game and the story. Well, of course, like most of those haunted video game stories, Godzilla Monster of Monsters, not really that different, in that the player starts experiencing unusual things before they finally realize that their game cartridge is possessed. And while we play through this game, we're going to also experience those things that happen in the story. Now, that by itself was enough to catch my interest, but I played the game, and I gotta say, this game makes very legitimately good decisions. Now, I don't know if this was like a ROM hack or if the developer being All-in-One Games, built this from scratch. But if you watched me play the other one, you're probably already noticing several differences. Like, there is no sprite flickering. The animations on the sprites even seem to be a little smoother. I'm not sure if the image is crisper, but it wouldn't surprise me. Now, we're playing Godzilla right now, doing Godzilla's usual stuff of breathing atomic energy and stomping and smashing his way through things. And right now, because this is the first stage, even in the story, things didn't really seem all that odd. But things are going to get odder and odder as we play. So let's, for example, play Mothra now. We will fight Ghidorah. Now, Mothra still does her one beam blast. If I press the B button, she does a different type of beam blast. Yeah, that's not something she normally does in the NES version. It also reacts a little differently. It uses up a little bit of power, but the 4 shots, well, they keep going until they hit stuff. Of course, she still has her scales that she drops. And look how much nicer, if you compare it to the NES version, it looks while she's dropping those. Alright, time for a Motango mini-boss fight. Now, if you saw me play it on the SNES version, the NES version, you may remember my trick was just go above it and drop scales. Well, that trick doesn't work here. Or at least it doesn't work the way it did in the NES version. Because I can't fly over it. I can't fly under it. I have to beat it. But I can still get pretty close and drop scales. Now, you may already realize that there's something a little different about this game's HUD as opposed to the original NES version. And the top right over there, we have our level and a bar graph. Well, that graph is showing you how close we are to the next level. In fact, I can even hit select. And we can see how far along Godzilla is and how much life, and how far along Mothra is and how much life she has. So there's already a bunch of like really nice like quality of life improvements in this game over the NES version. And it's still familiar enough that if you liked the NES version, you'll still like this one, but it changes things up just enough that, you know, you'll get a little bit of a new experience out of it. Like, some of your old tricks may not work. I know a lot of mine didn't. Alright. Gizora. A space amoeba. And there, well, let's say there's our first corruption. Now, normally, this happens a lot in the game. Gizora will just kind of pin you in the corner. You don't really take any damage. But in this version, it's supposed to be something terrifying. Like, Mothra is stuck here crying out in pain. Alright, so Godzilla will move this way. And maybe I can get Godzilla to level up before he fights Mogera. I'm probably not going to go as deep into like Godzilla lore as I did in the actual video, but you know, I'll mention some stuff here and there. But really, I just want to show off this really well-made, like, fan game. And as we play it, we'll get a chance to enjoy some of that sprite work that made the story so popular. Alright, we're getting close to gaining a level. There we go. Every advantage we can get with Mogera. Well, Mogera's not attacking. Gizora is. We didn't do a lot of damage to Gizora in that last battle. But we can probably take it out, this one. Oh, it's got us pinned again. There we go. Alright, so Godzilla's gonna sneak up behind Mogera. My old tail whacking technique still works pretty good. It's kind of what I did when I played through the NES version. So we take advantage of Godzilla sort of like sliding and tail swiping to progress through the stage fast and take out things that would otherwise be kind of challenging for him to hit. Alright. What I'm trying to remember, was this Dagora? Now, in the NES version, this would be my go-to stage to power up. Like, if I was weak from a fight, I would come here. Well, not so good anymore. These stages are dangerous now. Alright, Mogera... Oh, Mogera's a little tougher than us. Mogera now will also adjust its beams more. So it will actually aim down at us. But we can still kind of get it stuck in the corner and box it. And we can duck beams if we're fast enough. Wasn't fast enough there. Come on, don't let Mogera beat you. Good, got it. And level 3. So we're gonna go to the satellite station over here. And we're gonna get Godzilla off of Earth. Welcome to Earth. Now, even on the NES version of the game, these, I guess we'll just keep calling them satellite stations, can be really dangerous for Godzilla. This hasn't changed. If anything, they're probably more dangerous now because in a lot of cases we just can't walk past things that are a danger. Although it does seem that the sprite collisions have gotten a lot better, so it's easier to actually attack some of these enemies without having to resort to tricks. Alright, Godzilla has finished Earth. Move to the next field. Now Mothra's turn. Oh, careful now. These volcano stages are, well, they were pretty challenging even in the NES version, but they've gotten pretty serious in this version of the game too. And there's another enemy that I just can't fly over like I would have before. I'm not even sure if we're getting experience for this. Still able to fly over a lot of them, though. So far, not so creepy. Except for that little bit with Godzilla. But we're going to notice, especially when we get to Mars, that's when we're really going to start noticing the differences. I might be getting a little too anxious here. Slow down a little bit. Stop making so many mistakes. This game is not quite as forgiving as the NES counterpart. Put those scales to good use. Alright, and Mothra is all done with Earth. Now we get our ass to Mars. So Mars, for the most part, looks like Mars, right? There's Godzilla, there's Mogera, and looky, Titanosaurus. Titanosaurus was not in the original game. In the original game, we would have been encountering Varan. But let's grab Mothra. We'll fly forward this way. These volcano stages aren't so bad for Mothra, but Godzilla can have a hard time with them. I've not tried to see exactly what the level limits are in this game. Like right now we're at level 3. I don't know if there's like a limit like 6 or 9 or anything like that. Alright, things are looking, still looking like the regular stage from the NES game. Just fly past all these enemies. Time for another Montango fight. That's no fair. The little energy orb is too high up for us to get. Come on, there we go. Alright, Gazora's heading our way. And now we'll let Godzilla start walking around. Now, these are a little more dangerous for Godzilla, but Godzilla's atomic ray can make short work out of a lot of the enemies that are just right ahead of him. Okay, that was quick and easy. Mogera is heading over this way. Yeah, take out the volcano. Even has all that great NES music. This is just such a well-made game. I'm just so I thought this would just be like a goofy kind of thing to take on the popularity of the story, but a lot of real care and craft went into this. And looky. That's a nice little change. We're not fighting the little, like, spawny amoeba stuff. We're now fighting, like, a legit sort of mini-boss that spawns into a bunch of them. Alright, let's grab that and get out of here. So, you starting to enjoy some of the differences that this game offers? Well, let's finish this volcano stage. I think there's another... Does Godzilla fight a Motango in that square? There's another Dagora. Well, we'll know in a minute. Yeah, more Dagora. Now, Mothra didn't have a hard time getting through here. Godzilla can have, well, he's actually having a pretty easy time too. But those little beams of energy, those, look, they've already done a bit of damage to Godzilla. And, oh boy! So, this is a really big Mogera. And this one can give you some trouble. But we're doing okay, dodging most of its attacks. We can still sort of box with it a bit. But it is much better at dealing with us than the Earth version was. Okay, see, it sort of adjusts its aim while it's fighting us. Alright. Gizora wants to take the fight to Mothra. Kind of surprised it did that. I would have figured it would want to send Mogera at us. You know, I also don't think this version of Gizora keeps us locked in the corner as much. Almost got it. Come on. You can do it, Mothra. Don't let this cuttlefish beat ya. Okay, we'll move forward one square. That might not be the best idea, because that is going to give Titanosaurus a perfect chance to attack us. But it also gives us time to restore our health, get a little more experience. Well, not quite full strength, but close enough. We might even take it out with one atomic beam. Yep. And look at that, that was a neat little defeat animation, wasn't it? Kind of collapsed, as opposed to exploding and shrinking down. Okay, Mothra. And it's kind of raining pixels in the back. I wonder if that has to do with defeating Mogera. So they're Mogera's colors. Alright, we beat Gizora, but it wasn't a normal defeat. There's something happening here, some corruption going on. And look, the square we defeated Gizora on, something has happened to it. Okay, go get him, Godzilla. Titanosaurus is... I mean, it's really not that bad. It can still give you a hard time. In the movie Titanosaurus, that was Terror of Mechagodzilla, really gave Godzilla a hard time. And if we're not careful, he can give us a hard time here. Like that one big beam attack, yeah, that could really mess us up. But I think we're gonna be okay. Nope, we might actually lose. Alright, so Mothra is gonna back us up. But that one square, that square where we defeated Gizora, it looks weird, doesn't it? Even the stage itself is corrupted, and there's like a black hole or something pulling in energy. Let's not stick around and see what happens. So I can't even tell our health. But we are getting struck by these, like, shurikens of energy. And look, there's Gizora in one of those, I guess, mountains that the serpent monster was in. Alright, we did it. And we're level 4 now. Come on. See, there's what normally would be inside one of those mounds. But I guess Gizora wanted to hide in one too. Okay, we're not going to fly over that. You know, that's a shame. I didn't get to fight the Atragon up there. Maybe we'll get a chance. We'll have to keep playing. Alright, let's see how Mothra does against Titanosaurus. Now, she's going to have an advantage in maneuverability. Not really using his beam, though. Mothra never got a chance to fight Titanosaurus in any of the movies. Titanosaurus was a really good monster design. It's a shame it didn't get used more. Alright, let's see if Mothra can finish this. Yeah, those green shots that Mothra fires are a really nice addition. Oof. Alright, we got caught there. We're doing okay. Maybe I should go low on this stage. Ah, level 5. So we know at least level 5. There we go. And that's our greatest enemy right there, a wall. Alright, one more satellite base, then Mothra can escape Mars. The thing though is if Godzilla dies while he's on Mars, pretty sure that's game over. Alright, Mothra didn't do too bad. Let's send her forward. And Godzilla, go up this way. Ooh, very low on life. I actually might die. Okay, thank goodness. Grab that blue energy and just blow away all the enemies. And in true Godzilla fashion, we're just smashing our way through everything. Even in the NES version, Godzilla was a little harder to level up. But when you finally did, he was... I mean, he was a murder machine. He just smashed his way through everything. Mothra takes more finesse. Now, it has been a little while since I played the NES version, but the stages seem a little quicker in this version of the game. Okay, just 2 more. These are the tough ones. See, poor Godzilla didn't get to take anything out. We could have really used that health. Oh. We didn't really need it, but, you know, better to have it than not have it. Okay, we're in good shape now. Alright, that's it. Godzilla can move on to the next field. But that's it. Allone-works. This is as far as they've gotten so far with their version of the game. And I really enjoy what you have made so far. And if you end up doing more of it, you can be sure that I will be checking it out and playing it, and encouraging others to do so too. I am really impressed, and I really enjoy what you have right here. So, thank you for making it. I hope you continue working on it. And those of you watching, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next game.